Hey, welcome on in, y'all. Welcome in. I'm wait for y'all to come on in here so we can have a little chit chat. Open up my presents from the ice cream truck, the Amazon ice cream truck. If y'all hear some noise in the background, it's because I can't control it. They doing the bushes or what have you. So, so I got me a package from Amazon. I just opened it. And the first thing I got was this is a flat iron comb. So it's like when you use the comb and the blow dryer to make your hair straighter. I mean, the flat iron and the comb to make your hair straight, that make it straight where you ain't got to hold the comb and the flat irons, okay? So I'm about to go play in my hair. I got the Silk Infusion. Go give me some waves or something. And then an iron guard. So yeah, that's what I got right there. Go play dress up. No, but seriously, thank you so much for tuning in. That was just the little stuff I got, my little toys, and I'm gonna try it out and see what it's about. But here's what we're talking about today. Welcome in if you are new, and welcome back if you are returning. But today we're gonna talk about overthinking. So if you are a overthinker like myself, then you already know your mind can send you there, right? Your mind can really send you to places. What do the Bible say? The devil's mind, I mean, the idle mind is the devil's workshop, right? So when you are idly sitting there and you're not doing anything, now you have an opportunity for the enemy to come, or the enemy to come inside your mind and really take you to places that you shouldn't be focused on. So I'm going to help you today with what helped me to focus on, right? And the number one thing you want to do is focus on yourself. I know it seemed easier said than done, and you like, I do focus on myself. But in your overthinking, start shifting your focus. That's the important part. Shift your focus, because you got to think, you going to think, but when you sitting there in an idle space, hey, you're not really focused on something with intention, with purpose. What is the reason that you overthinking? First of all, what are you overthinking? Are you recycling old thoughts in your mind? Are you recycling old scenarios that played out in the past? What are you thinking in your mind right now? And the way to change that is to start making small changes every single day. Hold on, y'all, because I gotta get that off. But start making small changes every single day towards you overthinking about something else if you're going to overthink. So the way that I did it was this. Say I'm overthinking. You think about the past. You think about how the future gonna play out. You think about how you're gonna make your next move. You think about how you're gonna strategize. You think about how this think, right? Too much thinking going on. Whole lot of thinking with no type of action behind it. The best thing that I did for myself when I was in that situation and I was tired of overthinking, and half the time the things that I was thinking about, the scenarios, the outcomes, half of the stuff didn't even exist. It stayed in my mind. Only a small percentage of it was true. It came to reality. The rest of it, it never happened. So what was I thinking about? Hey, good afternoon. So what are you thinking about? You know what I mean? So the first thing I did was I had to focus on myself first. Yes, that sound kind of a little cliche, but the reason I had to focus on myself is because, yes, I knew God. I heard of God, you know what I'm saying? But because I didn't have a relationship with God at that time, I had to first focus on me, pay attention to me so that I could recognize who God really was or really is in my life, right? I want to recognize who God really is in my life. So I have to focus on, hold on one second. So I had to focus on, okay, what's next? What can I do? Oh, it's still morning for you. Good. Well, grand rise and shine. That's what it is. rise up and make the day shine. But I had to focus on me first, because in order to focus on, put the attention on me, now I can know who God is to me. Hey, hey, boo. Now I can know who God is for me because I put the attention on myself. And a lot of times in overthinking, the attention be on outside factors that are out of our control, whether it's people, places, or things. It be things we can't think, we can't focus and find a solution for. So why are we really thinking about it? That's the question. Why are we really thinking about stuff that we have no control over? Let's just change the subject. Let's go to think about something else. Let's talk about something new then. So what I did first was, the very first thing was I focused on myself and where could I pick up the pieces. Hey, thank you. Where can I pick up the pieces in my life, right? Once I decided on where can I pick the pieces up, I'm like, I don't know. I can't figure this out on my own. I have to go to God because God understands where I am. I've been lying to myself for so many years, trying to wear different masks. Hey, we wear so many different masks that we forget who we really are, and we lie to ourselves because we're not living in a, that's our reality, lies basically. Okay, so we don't really be real with ourselves. So I had to go to God, and God had to show me exactly who I was. God had to make me take accountability for where I was at the time. Hey, so what I did was I began to reach out, cry out to God, and all of that, and then I started thinking about one goal. One goal. That's all you need. One goal that you can accomplish in 6 months. If you can do this goal in 6 months or less, think about something that you want to do. Maybe you need to start all the way at the end. If you got a big picture dream, but it's something that you know within that dream that you could accomplish in 6 months. Accomplish it. Like focus on that one thing. And what I did was I broke it down by each month. Each month, I wanted to have a portion of that task completed. Whatever it was I would seek, whether it was me healing myself, whether it was me working towards buying something materialistically, or working on my inner self, right? So you take that one goal that's for 6 months and you create a 30-day plan off of it. Every 30 days, you have to accomplish something. And then to break it down even more, what I did was I went and every single day I held myself accountable, and I still do. Trust me, I still have to hold myself accountable to make sure that I do some tasks that's related to that goal. So once I did that, God also showed me this. There's 5 major areas that we can focus on in our life. Five. Faith, finances, fitness, family, and our fun. You don't want to leave yourself out. You want to make sure that you are taken care of in the process, right? The fun kind of consists of the self-care. So every single day, I have to get into this consistent place where I'm actually getting up, striving towards this 6 month goal that I'm working towards every 30 days, making sure I'm being accomplished every single day. Do that make sense to y'all? So once I did that, once I did that, every day I had to get up. Then I realized, like, I ain't got no schedule. I ain't got no routine in place, no habits that I can really hone in on to make sure when I get ready to do this task, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I could get up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or if I get up, we get started at 11 o'clock in the morning, or if I get up at 9 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? You gotta have some type of routine. So the first thing I did after that was created my first 5. Hey, Lisa. The first thing I did was created my top 5 things that I need to do for myself before I even get my day started. Those are absolutes. What is it that I need to do to make sure that mentally, spiritually, and physically I am well equipped to handle the day, right? Then I also have to set the intention for the day before I get started with anything. I have to determine what type of day do I plan on having. When you don't really take intention behind what type of day you gonna have, If whatever comes to you, it's going to determine the rest of your day. You saw overthinking, it got you? Well, welcome in, welcome in. So what is it that you want to how do you want to feel for the day? How do you want that day to plan out for you? Do you want to have a great day? Do you want to have a fulfilled day? Do you want to have a busy day where you just doing stuff that's not really productive? What type of day do you, maybe you just want to relax that day? But set the intention for that day so that way you'll know exactly what it is that you're going to be playing out throughout the day. So when obstacles occur, you know how to stand in what you wanted to happen for that day. So if somebody try to come along and try to upset you, just say for instance, and you said today I'm going to be happy, and somebody come along and just to test you to see how much you really desire happiness for that day. That's the only reason that test comes up. It might not come up no other day of the year, but the day that you set the intention towards that opposition will come just to test you to see if you are serious about what you said. So you set the intention for the day. When somebody come along, you bring your intention back to the forefront of your mind. It's part of that overthinking. So since you overthink it anyway, right? You gotta bring your intention for the day back to the front of your mind. When you bring it to the forefront of your mind, you're not gonna let nothing stop you, nothing stand in your way. You think about your overall that 6 month goal that we talked about. You think about that 6 month goal that you have in mind that you working towards, and that's what you keep your eye on. The Bible say keep your eyes to the hills when we're coming your help. Your help come from the Lord. You press forward towards the mark. So with overthinking, it's usually thinking in the past about recreating those situations that already occurred. The only time, I mean, we thinking in the future is usually about being anxious about what's gonna happen, how something gonna play out, and it's because our past thought of the past events that occurred scare us, and we think the same outcome gonna come. So what we do is, so what we do is we overthink and get anxious about it, right? So keep that in mind when you overthinking. You keep that 6 month, that make that focus on yourself. Then you can see who God is for you in your life. Once you do that, you set that 6 month goal. You create a 30-day plan for each month for those 6 months, and then every single day you make a way to get something done for yourself that's gonna make you grow, that's gonna make you be a better person, that's gonna get you towards your goal, whatever it is you desire in life, right? And then you create your 5 absolute that you have to do every single day for yourself. Put yourself first. So I don't care if that's making sure every single day that your blinds is open. I don't care if it's every single day that you doing your face routine. I don't care if it's every single day you deciding to get dressed and go like you're going somewhere, and that's like absolute. You're not gonna wear your lounge clothes. You're not gonna lay around. Whatever your absolutes is, make sure you pick 5 of them that you do every day, and they can be simple. It don't have to be much because it's something that you probably do anyway, but maybe it's something that you kind of let fall to the wayside sometime. But create those 5 absolutes. Then you determine how your day is going to plan out. I want to have a great day today. I'm going to have a successful day today because I'm going to accomplish my daily goals that's going to get me to that 6 month result. Now all of this thinking that you're doing is going towards something that's productive. Hey, April. Now all of this now all of this is going towards something productive, and it's going to produce fruit. That harvest is going to produce that return in 30 days, in every single day. That 6 month goal, you're going to start seeing results every single day in the small steps that you take. How about that? So now when you overthink, you thinking about, okay, well, how can I do this next? What can I do? Okay, I could do this instead. I'd rather overthink about that than to be thinking about how somebody did me, than to be thinking about what happened in the past, than to be thinking about how I'm going to do this in the future. I would rather think about a plan to work on myself for that time frame and use my energy to put my focus on something more positive than on that negative situation. And when you focus on that positive situation, but you got to be in the right mindset. You got to change your mindset. You got to change your mind about yourself. Like, think about who it is that, thank you. You think about who it is. Do you know who you are? Come to the remembrance of who you are. You're that girl. Like, you're that guy. You got to think these thoughts about yourself, not in a conceited way, not in a prideful way, but to give yourself the morality, boost that morale that you need to get you started, to get you going, to get them wheels turning every single day. Just, you know what I'm saying? Where's the motivation? That's the motivation. You reminding you of who you are and how you've allowed other people, other places, other things you allow to play on your top, in your face, play with your mind, play with your heart, play with whatever it is. You don't like yourself? That's because you don't know yourself. How do you know somebody you don't even like? That's like somebody coming to you and telling you this. You know, I met this girl named Miss Ray. And she be over there on YouTube talking all the time. And she always telling everybody different tips on helping people and motivating people. Who she thinks she is. Now, mind you, they never met me. But they have an opinion about me. And that's what you have about yourself. You have an opinion about yourself, and you don't know who the real you is. You don't know how valuable you are, because if you did, you would know your worth. So now you got to go find your worth. Your worth lies in who you are and whose you are. Who do you belong to? Who created you? Do you understand that there is a greater purpose for you, whether you know what the purpose is or not? Do you know why you was put here? Do you sit with yourself? Once you start sitting with yourself and build a relationship with yourself and start knowing, liking, and trusting yourself, then you'll like yourself. But you got to know, like, and trust yourself first. Well, listen. If you don't know yourself, sit with yourself. I promise you. Every single day. Sit with yourself for at least 30 minutes a day. No TV, no phone, no nothing in hand, but just you in complete silence. And whatever comes to you, the good thoughts, not the thoughts you want to hear, but whatever comes to you, get a journal, write that stuff down. Start speaking positivity of yourself. How about that? Every single day. I am great. I am loved. I am cherished. I am resilient. I am a qualified overcomer. I am victorious. The I ams. That's what you focus on, the I ams. And that's going to help you come back into remembrance of who you are. Because if you steady running from yourself and you steady creating outside situations to be a part of because you don't want to be a part of yourself or be with yourself, by yourself, then you're going to keep running and keep not liking yourself when you really don't even know yourself. That's all it is. You just don't know who you are. You got to learn yourself and then make that decision on if you like yourself. You probably just don't like the decisions that you've been making, but those decisions is a direct reflection of what you wanted to do. You did exactly what you wanted to do. Your mind came up overthinking with the scenarios of what you could do. It probably gave you 3 possible outcomes of what you could do. And the result of each one is a reflection of what you did. So if you took action, you probably got results. If you didn't take actions, you probably let yourself down. You can't trust yourself now because every time you tell yourself something, you lie and you don't fulfill what you said you was going to do for yourself. You're hurting your inner child. I wouldn't want to be around somebody that's going to lie to me, so why lie to myself, right? That's where we got to get to, where the things that we looking for in other people, we got to realize we not giving it to ourselves, whatever it is. If we looking for outside validation, is something on the inside screaming, come get this inside validation. And you'll be so much better because then you don't care what other people think. Then you don't care being around other people. You will love being by yourself and to yourself. It'll be a whole vibe over there where you at. The bad part about it is you can leave other people, you can walk away from other people, but you can't walk away from yourself. So you better get used to knowing who you are. You better get used to liking who you are. You have no choice over being with yourself. It's just what it is, right? So why not get to learn yourself and like yourself? Don't even speak bad about yourself like that. Exactly, you do. That's what it is. You caring for other people more than you look after yourself. So that means you need to put yourself first. You caring for other people because you probably want them to put you first in return. You probably want them to show you that you're just as needed and wanted in their life as they are in yours. But that's what you need for yourself. You have to care for yourself first. So if it's things that you need to do within your physical, you need to handle that for yourself. If there's things that you need to work on in your spiritual, start working on that for that yourself. If there's things in your mental that you need to start working on, start working on that. If this is your emotionals, if you looking for validation in other people, validate yourself. You don't like people, but you don't want to see them down. Well, I think that's all set up in us. It's set up in us that we are supposed to help other people, right? We are here to help one another. That's our job on this earth, to be used, not misused. So what happens is you are filling other people's cup and draining yours out, but you're not filling your cup up first. That's why I said when you start your day off, start it off with yourself. Fill your cup up before you enter into the day so you'll know exactly how much you got to give out to somebody else. Your energy is valuable. But if you don't protect it, other people going to start taking advantage of it, which they're not taking advantage. They just utilizing it because you have it readily available. But when you take your power and your control back and you give it to yourself first, they get whatever you have left to give over. You're not giving them your all and you taking what's left over next. The most energy that most people get throughout the day is early in the morning when they first wake up, or whenever they first wake up. That's when you got the most energy. Put yourself first thing in the morning. Now you can tell people no unapologetically. Because you know what? Can you go to other people, them people, and say, I need help? Who really takes care of us? God, right? The creator of all creators. Hey, cousin. The creator of all creations created us. So therefore, we gotta go to God and get what we need from God. And God is going to send the right people to us. We can't be everything for everybody. We have to use our discernment to know when God is speaking to us, to tell us to be that vessel in that moment to help somebody. And what happens is the right person will come along. But see, we want to help people so bad because we feel sorry for their situation. But sometimes God be just trying to call them back to him. Okay, come on back over here. You done went too far. So let me strip you of some things to make you remember who I am to you so that you can lean, trust, and depend on me. Not so that you can keep calling you to get the results that they need in their life, because then it's going to burden you. So it's not about being a good person or not being a good person, because you are a good person, but you have to be obedient to the will of God first, because if you're not obedient to the will of God first, you'll be giving to the ops. You'll be given to the enemy's camp. You'll be given to people who aren't ready to receive what God could have probably put them on punishment and you just gave them a popsicle. They asked God, could they go outside and play? And God said, no, you need to sit down somewhere in this house and get yourself together. Come on, let's work on you, because time is ticking. And you sit up there and said, no, you could go outside and play when they came and asked you. When you supposed to be answering to God too. You supposed to be asking God, can you go outside too? You gonna give somebody else permission to go outside? Yes, yes, you got to approve of yourself. You starting to work on that? Yes. So it just like you got to lean on God for what you need from God, whoever leaning on you got to go to God and lean on God too. And God is going to put the right person who has filled their cup up enough to be able to distribute out to help somebody else. He not gonna use you if you drain dry, you ain't got nothing for yourself, you breathing, gasping for air. You think God about to use you? He could, but he only gonna use you to the place to where you can, not where you can't. Your family is your step family. Let's keep it this way. I am a spirit being. I have a soul. And then I live in my body. So eternally, we are spirits, right? Forever. That's how we started off, and that's how we're going to finish, even when we leave this earthly vessel. So the family that God has given you on this earth is merely your step family. They're not your real family. Your soul family is your spiritual family where you find that connection, you find that likeness, that oneness where it's like you vibe, you mix with a person. Where y'all been? I thought it was just me by myself. I thought I was the only black sheep in the family. I couldn't find nobody else. And then you find out once you start working on yourself, it's a whole community out here. Like, this my real family right here. Hey, this my real family right here. You said the problem is, in your opinion, everyone is brainwashed to believe the 3D is about spiritual and biblical side of life. Exactly. Exactly. That's what it's about. Everybody, well, you know what? We're born into the conditioning and the programming. We're born into it. So it's a fight already. You know how when you come in the world and you ain't got no choice about who you was born to on this physical level. So you have no choice about what the upbringing gonna be, but just know that the necessary skills that that family or the necessary things that that family gonna do is to help you strengthen what God has placed on the inside of you as you grow up. And then when you become an adult, now your job is to be like Jesus was in the Bible at 12 years old. Now he was considered a man and he had to go out on his own and do the will because he had enough training to strengthen up what God had put on the inside of him to fulfill the will of God. They're your step family, though. That's your step family. Your spiritual family is the spirit side. So, yeah, put yourself first, y'all. If you're going to think about something, if you're going to overthink, respect and blessings to you too. Yeah, and that's how you get balance because now you're not weighing that scale. That scale is not being weighed and tilted with the overthinking that you do about things that you cannot have that you don't have control over. It's not thinking about things that has already played out. It's not wasting your energy thinking about other mundane things, right? Put your energy to good use. Put your energy to good use and focus on where you want to be, how you want to be, who you want to be. You don't have to be the same that you was yesterday. Yesterday gone. The past is gone. Decide to show up today being a better, revised version of yourself. Renew your mind. That's it. Shift your thinking. That's what renew your mind is. Shift your thinking to something that's going to be of good, to something that's going to be productive, to something that's going to work for you and work for the will of God. But in order to do that, you do have to be in tune you have to be in tune with the spirit that's inside of you. The Holy Spirit. That Holy Spirit that God put on the inside of you where he dwells. You have to start paying attention to it because that's your guide on this journey. That's going to help you. What did God say? That the Holy Spirit goes before you. So just think before you start your day, the Holy Spirit that's inside of you, your spirit has traveled throughout the day to make sure that it can find what could happen and how it can protect you. And then it comes and sends you these silent signals. And then if you're not listening to the signals and the nudges on the inside of you, now it's going to start sending you real signals, whether it's when you in your phone, if you're still ignoring the signs, it's going to start sending you all type of red flags, even to the point where if you were supposed to get into a car accident, before you walk out the door, you tripping down the stairs because you weren't supposed to be in a car, because you wasn't paying attention to the signs and the nudges that's on the inside of you. So pay attention to the Holy Spirit, that discerning spirit. That spirit is you got to use that for yourself to work for yourself. It's not gonna work for nobody else but you. Okay. It's your convictions. Yep. Yep. It's your convictions. What are you feeling convicted about doing? What is it that you know you need to be doing that's working for your highest and best good that you're not doing? What way do you need to go? Like it's to help you. And usually something that's good for us probably don't taste good at the beginning. But as you get accustomed to doing it and get accustomed to eating it, whatever it is, say if it's food. If you going to eat a healthy lifestyle and it ain't got no flavor in the food, you like, I need some salt, I need sugar, I need all type of seasons in my food, and then you eat it and you like, ugh, and it's hard to swallow, but you know it's good for you. And then after a while, after day 3, you like, okay, I can stomach this a little better. Let me keep going. Let me keep going day by day, step by step. You just doing a little bit. You eating a little more vegetables. Now you done got to the point where you done put a pinch of salt in there the first week, and now this week you ain't got no salt in your vegetables, but you eating them. You eating them like they supposed to be. No more Popeye, more keto. You going keto? So yeah, if you're gonna overthink, at least focus on yourself, because at least focus on where you are and where you want to be, who you want to be in life. Focus on becoming better, because listen, the people that you probably hang around, when they gossip, they're gossiping. Usually gossip, it don't matter who it is. When people gossip, the gossip usually comes from a person saying they should do this with their life, they should do that with their life. It's always a person talking about another person's situation and then giving ideas on what that person should do or should have done. When the real focus is, what can I do to better myself? What is it that I'm not doing? You see how it's easy to see outside, easier than it is to see inside of us? It's way easier. And that's all gossip is somebody trying to fix other people's problems because they too afraid to fix their own. They too afraid to sit with theyself and learn theyself and know and like and trust theyself. That's it. And once you start focusing on yourself, you ain't gonna want to talk about gossip. You ain't gonna want to talk about what nobody else doing because you're too busy focused on what you doing. I got emotion too. What we need to talk about them for? Well, tell me what they doing right so that I can learn it too, because I'm trying to change too. I'm tired of sitting in the same position every single day of my life. What can I do to change? That's how you change your perspective. Like, instead of joining a conversation with people, what can I do to change today? How can I be better for myself today? If I know that I want healing, right? If I know that I want healing, why do I keep putting the bad foods in my mouth? If I know that I want healing, why am I not making a change for myself? We can't say we want something and then don't take the necessary steps to get there. And it's because we make another excuse or lie to say, well, it's too hard, or it was too much to do. It's too big. I don't know what to do. break these down into smaller parts. That's why we're here today. Think about that. That 6-month goal that you create, you got 30-day results where you can go celebrate your success every 30 days on what you did, being active for 30 days. Even if you slip up and you be like, I messed up a couple days, but you get back up and you get back on track. You don't just sit there and say forget it and walk away from the whole idea and the whole plan and your goal and your dreams. You say, okay, you know what? I must have needed to rest today. If I didn't get nothing done and I procrastinated, maybe it was meant for me to rest today. And then tomorrow, I'm going to get back up and start all over again. But I'm going to set that intention for the day to know that I'm going to have a great I am. Remember the I am conversations we got to have with ourselves? I am going to have a great and productive day in God. So you said great, productive, and God. So you know that you're going to put God first. So that means you need to start talking and communing with God and saying, God, what you want me to do next? Holy Spirit, what you want me to do next? You know what I mean? Like, what's next? And then, okay, today going to be productive. Now you know you need to go make small little steps, things you could do in 15-minute increments or less. Or less. 15-minute increment task or less. Break it down like it's a project management. If y'all know about project management, and you got to break those tasks down small, little by little by little, until you can get to something so small that you bet not have no excuse not to do it. None at all. Excuse me. Exactly. You said how you break it down to smaller pieces, your life. Tell your vision. Yeah. Oh, wait, what did you say? Hold on. You said you need to help. Jesus sent people to help people. Exactly. That's what I said earlier. I said God will send. What I said was God will send. Right? People to help other people. You have to use wisdom and discernment before you help other people. Okay? You don't just go out there helping everybody because you're here on this earth. You have to go to God first. Or if God puts it in your spirit, right? It shouldn't be about, sometimes it will be that somebody have to come to you directly. But usually it's when somebody go and pray and cry out to God. You ever went and prayed and cried out to God and was like, Lord, help me. I don't know what to do. I need help in this situation. Or maybe you just needed a bill paid and you cried out to God. And next thing you know, a person called you out the blue, out of nowhere, didn't even know your situation, didn't even know what was going on in your life. And yet they was like, here, I just want to send you some money. What's your cash app? I just want to help you today. Where you at? Something just told me to call you and pray with you. What you doing right now? And that person, like, you wouldn't have never known that. People be like, you wouldn't have never known. How did you know to call me? That had to be God. That's how God worked. Yeah, so make a plan to save money. Create that budget. Whatever you got to do with that budget, you just start small. First, start off with what are you spending your money on? Take an inventory of what you're spending your money on every month. When you take inventory on what you spend your money on every month, then you can see where your money is actually going. Now you can break it down the next time. And when you do budget out your bills and stuff like that, now you know exactly how much money you got to play with, how much for entertainment, eating, all of that, right? That's entertainment. You know how much money you got for that. Then you know how much money you got for your bills. And a lot of times we be overspending because we spend without actually looking at the numbers. And don't get me started on them auto subscriptions, y'all. Hey Pat, don't get me started on them auto subscriptions. You ain't even budget your money out for the month, but you know you got this much coming in, and every month it usually work out. You forgot you done signed up for 3 different subscriptions last month, and then this money hits your account and send you up the river because you're not budgeting yourself. So it's like you don't even know what's going on. Now you back in the hole again. Like, it just, you got to. So you cancel them subscriptions. Save y'all some money. You don't need all them subscriptions. You ain't even using all of them anyway. Take inventory over your life. That's another good thing too, is cleaning up cleaning up your virtual space, right? So that part with your finances, cleaning up all those subscriptions that you are unsubscribing to things you don't. In your email, you might want to unsubscribe to companies that just sending you stuff all the time. Maybe you want to go through and categorize your folders inside your email. Just clean up your email house, right? The things you know you're supposed to do, but don't do, but need to be done. I don't get the question. You gotta reword it. It just seemed like you was making a statement. You get a lot of money and blow it, but when you down, you can manage $20. You done into that fight or flight mode, huh? You done into that fight or flight mode, and you like, look, I got to make this $20 stretch. Meanwhile, you up everywhere spending all that money, and then you be sitting there thinking when you got that last $20, talking about, man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda stayed home on such and such day. I shoulda went out to eat on that day. I shouldn't have spent my money on that day. I shoulda went shopping. You hold that last $20, you start overthinking about everything you coulda did differently with that money, baby. I understand. So, yeah, the budgeting is an important part of it too. But if that's one of your fives that you want to work on every day, your goal. Maybe in 6 months you want to set a goal and save $1,000 for yourself. I don't know your situation. I don't know what you asking for, what you really want out of your life. But you sit back on it and procrastinate, and then it becomes an idle mind for the devil workshop because you're not focused on taking action in your own life. You feel me? Y'all ask some weird questions. Y'all, not y'all. I'm talking about them people that come in here and be saying some crazy stuff. I don't know what it was, them trolls or something. What they call trolls? They be saying some stuff that be like, what? But nonetheless, focus on yourself. Focus on creating motion for yourself. And I promise you, when you start seeing results in your life, you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. Everything is just gone. Well, how about I do you too? You next. So, yeah. But go ahead, get your focus on yourself. Get your focus on God. Get your mind right. And once you get in God and you able to talk to God and to use your own Holy Spirit to discern where you should be going, like following that, when you know you ain't supposed to be laying around and you know you're supposed to get up and make them goals be accomplished every single day, your inner Holy Spirit gonna be like, get up, let's go. And your flesh gonna be like, nah, I don't want to move right now. And ultimately, the decision is yours. That's the power of choice that God's give us. Do you want it or do you not? Do you want to stay in the same place or do you want something different? Do you really want that change like you keep talking or you just still talking? And I believe that's why empathic people, like people that love to help people in situations, I really believe that's why it's people that have sympathy, and then you got people that have empathy. People that have sympathy just be like, oh yeah, and they love to indulge with you, with people that need validation. They love to indulge, hey, and never mind. I ain't gonna even. Never mind. I don't know. Do it? Do we got a conscience? But focus on what you got to do, y'all. Set goals for yourself if that's going to help you with your overthinking. If that's going to, and set a goal to focus on your spiritual checkup. Get a spiritual checkup, a mental checkup with yourself. Like, if we don't go to the doctor and get checked for our mental well-being, how do we know we got a problem? Like, sometimes I can see people, like adults, that were not diagnosed as children for specific things, but they overlooked it. So when it comes to emotions, becoming stronger in your emotions and your spiritual walk, you really have to take inventory and be real with yourself about where you are. You have to be the doctor. And then once you realize where you are in your life and you know that you want to be over here, taking those steps. And that's what being real with yourself about where you are in your life and not lying to yourself like you lied to the world. That's where it's important, because now you can actively take the steps that you need to get to the better version of yourself. Because if you lie and you tell yourself you on level 3 and you really on level 1, you gonna be trying to start at level 3. You gonna procrastinate because you're gonna get frustrated. You ain't gonna know what to do on that level, and you're gonna give up, and you're gonna just sit still and do nothing and go back to the same old, same old. So be real and know that you at level 1 and start doing tasks that's gonna get you to level 3. And it could be done easily. When it's time for change, but lost at rock bottom, what's your first step? Making a decision. Your first step is making that decision. You may know that it's time for change, but if you don't make a decision to change, what difference do that thought make? I mean, that's overthinking about something that's mundane because you're not ready to change the situation. So if you're not ready to change the situation, just be happy where it is. Once you're really ready to change that situation, you done made a decision to get up and take action on removing yourself from that situation. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. That's it. You stuck? What are you stuck on? You have to make a decision to change. That's right. Yep. But it all starts with your decision first. It all starts out with a made up mind. I made my mind up. I'm done with this. And you walk away from it, whatever it is. What do you want to change about yourself? Change your habits. Change the way you feel about yourself. These are a couple things that you can work on. You can change the way you feel about yourself. Start changing your habits. Yeah, I am. How you know? Did it tell? Could you tell, baby? Could you tell? Remember, we was at the same place at the same time, right? You forgot. You said you weren't gonna tell nobody. We was there getting the job done. That's right. But you also need to make a plan that you want to change. How you feel about yourself. You got to change. You got to talk to God. It's time to surrender. Stop playing with God. Stop trying to use God to be a sneaky link or a side dude or what have you. Like, God is not to be played with. Seriously. If you only go to God for what you need and you never go to God offering what you can give, what good are you? How far do you think God is going to go in your life? He going to keep you. But you think you're going to get the added things that come with you not being in a relationship with him? Because if you don't get into a relationship with God, you don't get relationship benefits. It's certain things that the relationship you're going to give the person in a relationship that you're in a relationship with, you're going to give them special privileges. See, you might be cold and hard to the outside world and you might treat them a certain way, but that person that you in a relationship with, they might get a little bit more lenient behavior. You might show your little softer side a little bit to them, right? You're going to do a lot more for them. Now it comes with presence. It comes with it's benefits, right? Because y'all are bringing joy, love, and peace into each other's life. So if you're not reciprocating what God is giving you and saying, God, use me as a vessel today, how can I be used today for your will? And maybe he just wants you to work on yourself for that day. Maybe he don't want you to go help other people. Maybe that day he just wants you to sit down and take accountability and account for your life. Take an account for where you are, how you feel about yourself, and getting over and healing yourself from what happened to you. And know that this life is happening for you. Yeah. You got to surrender. See, it's a difference between serving God and surrendering. We could serve. I used to go to church. And they used to have people that served on the usher board. They served after church when it was time to eat at the different events and stuff. And they had the chicken out there and a whole soul food Sunday meal. They served. But then there's those, see, that's why the Bible says many are called, but few are chosen. Because the servants are the ones, the ones that serve God, they may be a part of that call. But then there's those who surrender to the will of God. So you may serve God to where you feel comfortable. But total surrenderance to God is doing something even when you don't want to do it. Doing something even that you don't like to do. And God's so funny, man. If you say you don't like something, you don't like being a certain way, he gonna be like, okay, we're gonna get you out of that shell real quick. But then we freeze up and we don't want to surrender. But we still serve God. We serve God faithfully. But we don't want to surrender. If you serving God and God saying, go pray for all of these people. Go stand at the front of the church. Okay, we're gonna use the church. Stand at the front of the church and lay hands on people to come up, and just say it's your spouse's ex-boyfriend who you had thoughts about her still being with while y'all was together, and God say now pray for him. And you like, nah, I got, nope, I can't do it. Get somebody else. And you going to go tap your neighbor, the other person up there, and be like, can you do this while I go to the bathroom? Because you trying to get out of it. Total surrenderance to God. Total surrenderance. You good. So, surrender to God. Focus on yourself. And use those thoughts that you overthinking about situations and outcomes that either already happened or will never happen and put it towards good use. Put it towards something that you really want to see take place in your life. You got goals. You got things that you want. But sometimes we can just be a little upset because things ain't work out the way we thought they should. But it was really because we sat and did what we wanted to do. When it was time to take action, we sat still. And when it was time to sit still, now we want to take action because we feel like time running out. And we ain't there. We didn't get it. The door closed. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you. So trust the process. Even if you never know the outcome. Even if God never reveals the outcome to you, just trust the process. He's going to make everything work out for your good. I was talking to a beautiful lady, okay? Beautiful young lady. And God had us cross paths. We weren't even supposed to, on both ends, we wasn't even supposed to talk to each other at all over the phone, okay? We weren't even supposed to talk to each other at all. But the way that it lined up so good and the way that when I made the call, I had no idea that I was going to even be interacting with this person. But the things that I had done that led up to that point, it was preparing me for that conversation. I had no clue. I didn't know what that was for, but I trust the process, and I took action on what was told by God for me to do. And when that moment came, that's what the Bible says about keeping your lamp lit, right? So when that moment came, I didn't have to go out and get no oil. The oil was already with me. It was already on me. It was already in me because I did what I needed to up until that point. God to give you the strategy. Go to God. I promise you. Go to God. And you ask God to show you who you are. If you're ready to see who you are. If you're ready for real change and you say, God, help me. I surrender. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. He going to start revealing. And God is not a slow moving God. He going to take action swiftly. It ain't going to be like right in that second right there. But it ain't going to be no couple years either. It may not even be a couple months. When you ask God for something, usually He come right on time. He come quicker with that. Oh, okay. You want to see who you are for yourself? Okay, let me show you this then. And He'll show you it with yourself. And when you don't pay attention to those nudges, then it'll start showing up with the triggers when your triggers get triggered by people on the outside of you. Things that's going on the inside of you begin to show up on the outside of you through other people. And it's what you say, it's something about that person I just don't like. Because it's something about yourself that you just don't like. So that's what the signs is when God begins to reveal who you are to yourself. So just know that can come like that, right? But trust the process. Give it to God. Renew your mind every single day. That's what renewing your mind is about. Shifting your focus on better things, pressing toward the mark of the high calling. So being in a high vibrational place versus being in that lower vibrational place. It's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you in a programming. It's keeping you not fulfilling the life that you so desire and that you was put here to do. You don't have freedom. You're not free. And then guess what? God gonna start peeling back all of them masks in your life from things that have hurt you, the fears that you have, the abandonment that you have, the rejection that you have on the inside of you. He gonna start peeling them layers back. He gonna start showing you. And then after He show you and you work on that area, He gonna teach you how to create boundaries for yourself. Boundaries is merely you loving yourself enough to know that you have to put you first, and then you can give what you can give out after that. Like when you on an airplane and they say you got to put the mask on yourself before you can help your neighbor. You got to put the mask on yourself first in case anything happen. Then you go put the mask on someone else to help them. So it's pouring from a full cup, then more so, and knowing how to fill your cup back up instead of pouring from a cup where you're feeling left feeling drained, and you don't have no way to replenish yourself, and now you got to get out of this funk. You got to get out that funk. So just know that you can go to God, and that's what He's for. To build that relationship so that you can give all your problems and your worries and your burdens. And even if you are a type of person who carries other people's burdens, if you carry other people's burdens where they come to you and they tell you about their problems and you don't know how to release it and let it go properly, give it to God. Let it go. You got to let it go. That's another thing too, because we can get so caught up in what other people got going on and feeling sad for their situation, and we did what we could to help, but yet it still plagues us, but we don't have no solution for it. You have to know when to let that energy go. Yes. Hey, Marie. So that's what I got for y'all today. So put yourself first. Focus on doing some changes in your life to make your life better. Going on do not disturb for 6 months. Or if you don't know how to do that for 6 months and you're like, oh, that seemed like a long time. That seemed like that's too far away. Okay, we're going to do not disturb for 30 days. If you can't do 30 days and just take it day by day, every single day you get up, just making a decision, keeping keeping your goals at the forefront of your mind, that should be easy. And then be okay if you have to fall to the wayside for a second because you got to regroup and you got to get yourself back together and get back on your feet. That's fine. A righteous man fall down 7 times, but he get back up. No matter what. All right, y'all. So I do appreciate y'all for tuning in today, listening to this video. And I hope that the overthinking that you have will be better utilized by you to make your dreams come true, to make you a better person, to make you happier. Maybe you just want to, I remember when I used to go places and I really didn't want to go, but I didn't want to hurt other people's feelings. Baby, when I didn't want to hurt other people's feelings, I wound up being somewhere that I didn't want to be. When all I really wanted to do was be at home, chilling, okay? At home, scratching up under there, just scratching, okay? In the comfort of my own home. I wanted to rip the bra off, okay? I didn't want to be outside playing. I wanted to be at home. But because I wanted to appease other people, I made myself uncomfortable. So maybe you just want to set a goal for the next 6 months to make you more comfortable than you make other people first. Which one? I got a lot of testimonies. I've been through a lot. I got through a lot, right? But that's what we all do. We go through it. We don't sit in it. And we turn those tests into testimonies. And I know right now it's a lot of y'all on here that God has been calling y'all for a long time to do the will of God. And I'm glad you said that about the testimony, right? There's some people on here that God has been saying to share your story, and you too afraid. You at a point now where you like, I'm too afraid. I don't want to think about it. So you put your nose in other people's business, and then you get upset when the outcome ain't what you thought it was going to be, or when people do you a certain type of way because you didn't have your nose in your own business, right? So you got to get over that fear. And you got to ask God what it is that you got to do to share your story with the world, with whoever. You know he been calling you, but you keep silent because you be so worried about what other people going to think about you. Don't worry about what they going to think about you, because usually when you think that other people going to think about you one type of way, they going to be looking at you like you are inspiration. How did you make it? You still alive? Oh my goodness, all that stuff you went through, you still here? And the good part about it too is we always encounter people that need to hear our story. They experienced similar situations. They be in the similar situations waiting for a testimony to get out. They waiting to hear how real God is because they don't know who God is for themselves, but they know they tired of being tired. So obedience is better than sacrifice, because if you're not walking in the will of God, if you're not out there sharing your testimony and doing what God has called you to do, baby, you don't want to be in a worse position, causing more harm upon yourself because you not walking up right, doing what God is asking you to do. Because you know why? What if that was that person's last night on this earthly realm? And you were the last person that they had to experience on this earthly realm. And you were supposed to deliver them a message by way of your testimony, and you never did it. You couldn't even fathom open up your mouth and saying something because you didn't want to be judged. And that person went on. That blood is on your hands. We have to take account for everything on this earthly realm. Everything. Wow, you did? So make sure that you are telling your testimony regardless. Regardless. And then another thing too is don't be afraid of the people around you. I know we can always, like, before people, when you have businesses and people like, oh, I don't want to share it on my personal page. I don't want to put it on my page because there's some nosy people out there that speaking bad against me. Their family, friends, they don't support you no way. You don't know because you never put nothing out there. You are never consistent with doing anything. So how do you know if they going to support you or not? How you know what they going to say about you? And either way, they going to talk about you either way. Whether you're doing something or you ain't. So, baby, you better put on a show. You the main attraction. You are the center of attention, whether you're doing something or not. So, baby, go ahead, sashay, twirl, do what you got to do. Go and do the G, walk down the stage, do whatever it is you got to do. But do it. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something. Something. You know what I'm talking about. So give them something to talk about. But get about your father's business. Oh, wow. So yeah, get about your father's business. Don't be afraid to share your story because your family is only a friends. That's only 50 people for real on your page. The rest of the world is waiting for you. There's 7 other billion more people out there that still needs to hear your testimony. But you worried about the 50. You better leave them folks alone because you know why? They seen the light in you anyway. You just was sitting back and you wasn't taking action because you was trying to have somebody go with you and hold your hand. But you had it in you all along. They couldn't hold your hand because it wasn't in them. They didn't have a desire. They didn't have a will to want to. You had it. And so what they did was they kept you back because you allowed them to keep you back and keep you bound to them. You kept your own self bound to them people because you didn't believe in yourself. You didn't realize your self-worth. You wasn't talking to God and build a relationship with God so he could let you know, like, my God, a heavy stepper out here. I got a big God. I serve a big God. I am the apple of God's eye. I'm his favorite. Like, you got to start speaking that stuff over yourself every single day so that you can know your worth, so that you won't accept nothing less from people. And not so much accepting something less from people, but accepting less from yourself. You giving yourself less, so you accepting less from yourself. And then you get mad when other people give you lesser than what you giving yourself. Can't do that no more. It's time to get up. Put your chest out, chin up, chest out. And show yourself just how worthy you are. Show the world. That's your testimony. That's your story. And if you went through all of that you went through to get to this place, what? You gonna keep it a secret? A secret? He brought you out that fire without a scratch or a burn on you, and you gonna keep it a secret? Oh, you know what? Quit playing with God, y'all. Quit playing with God. Because eventually you gonna wake up and you gonna be on the other side waking up in the spiritual realm, baby. Starts with you first, though. The world needs to wake up, yeah, but it starts with one person at a time. Take accountability for yourself instead of focusing on what everybody else need to do, and go within. And if you change you and the people that's on here, everybody on here, change yourselves. And then when y'all go out there and share your story with 10 people each, now that changes the world. But sitting back in your comfort of your own home with your shoes kicked off and changing the TV screen and talking about scrolling social media, see all the news and stuff going on and talking about the world need to change. Somebody need to come fix this. What's going on? The change starts with you. And the change starts with you sharing your testimony about what you overcame, how God brought you out of situations, right? And kept you. Because that person might be about to go through a storm. in the middle of a storm or just came out of a storm, and they trying to grip around their head what just happened, and you ain't open your mouth. That's why you got to shift your thinking. You are considered a leader because you were put through so many tests to have a testimony to go out and share to the world. So you have to start using your leadership ability and skills, or learn them if you don't have any. If you think you don't have any, you got to go learn how to be a leader. Learn how to go out there and talk to people. My light went out. Learn how to go out there and talk to people and share God's word. Share what God has done for you. Because it's you that's making an impact on the whole world out there. It's you. You making an impact on everybody around you. The people in your inner circle. Everybody in your house. But if you don't make the change first, and I know y'all got the leadership abilities in y'all. I know y'all do. Especially if you a parent, you got to lead your house. You know what? Especially if you paying bills. You got to be a leader because you have to lead and govern yourself. So I know it's in you. You just got to see the worthiness of yourself for yourself. You got to see how great you really are. You got to see that you overcome every situation that you get yourself in, or every situation that God has you in. You got to learn just how powerful God is in your life. Don't take no credit for nothing. It all belongs to Him. But with you making that decision of using your free will to choose to do things for the Lord, you'll be blessed abundantly. And if the people that come along on your path don't receive your story, if it's going on deaf ears, wipe the dust off your feet and keep moving, baby. It's that simple. It's okay to be rejected. It's okay to have someone say no. But in order to do that successfully, you have to deal with the rejection wounds that you have on the inside of you. So when somebody tell you no that you don't even know, or say, I don't want to hear that stuff about God, just know they're not talking about you. They're not mad at you. They're mad at God. You're just a vessel. And you can say, okay, well, whenever you're ready, God bless you. And you don't take no offense to it. You don't take no hurt to it. You're not upset. You don't care about, you did your part. And as long as you did your part, that's all you can do. Let me go back up. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Greater is He who is in you than He's that's in the world. Thank you. You receive that? Yes. You've been spreading the truth, and the Lord tell you to let go, but at the same time, He leads you, and He knows you spread the truth. Yeah, if you know what, I think where we get mistaken at is exactly. I think where we get mistaken at is that when we focus on what other people need in their lives, that's just like listening to a message that appeared before you. I take everything like, was that meant? That I don't look at nothing like a coincidence. I feel like everything that happened was supposed to happen, right? So when you hear a message, you go to church that day on a Sunday, right? Or Saturday, whatever day you go. And the message was so good. All you could say is, ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. But throughout the whole church service, you sitting up there like, ooh, let me write that down. That was a message for that was a message for my spouse. Ooh, right there. Ooh, let me write that down. That was a message right there for my sister. Oh, let me go record the pastor talking this right here because this good. My mama or my daddy needed to hear this. Ooh, like we get convicted for everybody else but ourselves. And yes, you may be called to heal your family. You may be called to save your family, to break those generational curses, but it starts with you first. And half the time your family don't respect you because they know you from yay high. They know you from when you was a little kid. So they still looking at you from that little kid perspective. Them lenses for the little kid. They not gonna respect your authority until you start walking in your authority. If you don't see your value, guess what? They gonna stump it in the mud. They gonna twist it all around in there. So while we go to church or while we looking for messages that's gonna help our family, or we think that the family, oh, the family or friend, somebody else needed to hear this. No, that message was for you. What can you take from that message, and how can you apply it to your life? I should have probably charged my thing up. How can you apply it to your life? Oh, that's my thing. That's my echo cord. My thing. Wipe me down. That's it. That's it right there, girl. Wipe it down. Wipe it down and keep on pushing. Yeah. Yeah. Much more needed conviction preaching from beautiful women like this. Thank you, Ivan. You said it a flip, huh? Well, once people stop being scary and walk in their authority, because you got the authority. Once you get that, walk in your authority, and you don't care about what other people think no more, baby, you right. It's the world gonna be on fire for the Lord. This girl is on fire. Thank you, D. Oh, thank you, Hua Granny. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. When you get done, send me your channel so I can go check you out too. Yeah, you there, but the message for everybody else. You should have invited them to church. You knew you was gonna have a message for them when you got finished. You do every week. Woo! No, I don't. I am the church. I don't attend the church. So I don't just show up and visit my body and myself, my temple. I am the church. I am the body. Yes. So I'm always with me no matter where I go. So it's no need for me to run from myself or hide from myself or try to fill myself up with other things that don't really matter in my life, because I am the church and I have to dwell in the house of the Lord, right? So I got to dwell here. I got to get seated in my soul. You in love already? Who you is, Hoppo? Oh, thank you, Donnie. Thank you, Kimberly. Aw. Oh no, the only person who got authority over here is God. Ain't no demons having authority over here, baby. We don't even listen. Other people shouldn't even affect y'all that much to get you out your hookup. Seriously. Hey, Duke from Chicago. Mucho gusto, mami. Mucho gusto, papi. Mucho grande. What was I supposed to say? Mucho grande, papi? I don't know. May God bless you and yours as well. Thank you. Miss Ray. My name is Ray. Hey, that's what I say. And I said a boom, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka boom. My name is Ray. Yeah, I ain't come to play. Yeah, I came to slay. Hey, every demon, hey, that coming your way. Okay, that was cool. I gotta work on my raps a little bit. Okay, I'm not a rapper. But I'm not against rappers. But we are against those thugs. Oh, that's how you say it? Okay. I don't know what that say. Si muy grande, mami. Dios te bendiga. Did you just call me a nigga? A nigga? Dude, did you just call me a b nigga? A big nigga? Like a big back, big back. Big back, big back. Oh, okay. God bless you. My bad. Let me get back into it. I appreciate y'all for being here with me today. Y'all is funny. Y'all seriously funny. But more importantly, y'all are powerful. Y'all have so much power and authority. It's time to raise the price. Your value just went up because you took account over your life today and you was like, let me come back into remembrance of who I am. Let me come back into remembrance of whose I am. I am a child of the Most High God and I'm not accepting less from nobody else, and I doggone sure ain't accepting less from myself. It's time to stop playing with yourself. Man, you be done shook up the whole earth if you really got to it like you think you would. Man, I'm ready to run across this room, y'all. I got to go. I'm ready to run across here because y'all just don't realize when y'all tap into yourself, you're gonna see how powerful you are. If you take the next 30 days and every single day you put your foot to the pedal. What is it? The pedal to the metal, okay? Put that pedal to the metal every single day and you get up here and you take action and you serious and you like, enough is enough, okay? About being complacent, about being where you are in life. Enough is enough about sitting still. It's time for me to get up here today, change my perception about how I'm seeing things in my life. Matter of fact, change how I see myself. And once I change how I see myself, it's go time. It's go time. They ain't got nothing on you. An op ain't got nothing on you. Neither do the drop. Okay? Wow. Hey, cousin. You my cousin now. You my cousin. Get back into remembrance of who you are. Oh, thank you, Donnie. You sure did make me smile and laugh. You see a star sign, huh? Got to do my big one, my dance for y'all, cause see, y'all know who y'all is now. I know y'all about to take action. I know this was just that little push that you needed, cause you already knew who you was. You just got to get back to that person. Matter of fact, don't even get back to the past. Just go towards that. Go towards that better version. You thought you was something big back then. You thought you was something big yesterday. You ain't got nothing on the you tomorrow. You ain't got nothing on the you today. Get started today. Come back into where you being today. You been sitting on yourself for too long. You can't talk about other people sitting on you and not knowing who you is and don't respect your gangster and all of that stuff. Listen, if you ain't respecting your own gangster, you better put some respect on your own name. You better show yourself who you really is out here. Pop your own collar, okay? Man, listen. You better today. You better today. From today on out, this is who you are. A new, improved version of yourself. You in competition with the person that you want to be tomorrow. You in competition with your goal should align with where you want to be tomorrow. Because the answers and things that you have in your life today is a reflection of what you did yesterday. I just came for you. I didn't mean to come for you that hard, but listen, you so powerful. I had to come at you like that because I got to let you remember who you is. And when I need it, give it to me too. You see me slipping over here, players mess up. So when you see me over here slipping, we cousins. That's what we do. Duke said, wait. Duke said, you are a cool person, hang out together. Why would I hang out with somebody that's talking in third person form? I'm scared of you now. What the heck done happened over here? You said, Duke said, ain't you Duke? Where Duke go? Where Duke at? What in the world going on over here? You want me to hang out with you, and you talking about Duke said? What? Well, who is you? Who you want? Who is you? You want me to hang out with you? What done happened here? I don't know, y'all. I'm getting scared. Duke done left the building, and somebody else done came on his page and said talking about some hang out together. Oh Lord. All right, y'all. Can you tell Duke, when Duke come back, tell him I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. I don't even know who you is. But no, we can't hang out though. If you still want to know the answer, no, we're not hanging out. No. No, thank you. I'll pass. I'm finna go home. He said, Duke said. Duke, where'd Duke go? That's kind of borderline. Duke, we gotta work on that mental. We gotta get you, we gotta get your mind right. You taking your ball. Y'all, I appreciate y'all for being here with me. When I see you, never know when I might walk by. So you gotta be right on time. When I see you. But no, Duke, we not, or whoever speaking for Duke on Duke page. No, we can't hang out. And anybody else that's asking to. No, thank you. I appreciate it, but no thanks. So, until next time, y'all, I really appreciate y'all for tuning in today, listening to this message. Man looks at the outer appearance, but God look at the heart. That's right. Yo. While we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are seen, which are not seen. Because they temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. That's right. I'm good. How you doing, Abraham? That's your daily scripture. Well, start putting daily scriptures on. Make a daily affirmation one too. Make you a daily affirmation one that says, I am loved. I am blessed. I am the apple of God's eye. I am God's favorite. I am resilient. I am, what's the opposite of procrastination? I accomplish goals. We want the I ams of our life. We don't want to speak the I don't wants when we want stuff out of life, right? So we don't focus on the lack part of it. We focus on the abundance part of it by speaking the I ams. So Make a list of at least 10 I ams that you speak over yourself every single day to remind yourself. If you can't get back to this video, remind yourself every single day of how powerful you really are, how much your worth really is, and whose you really are. Because if God created the enemy, can't nobody defeat God. No matter how much they try to come up against him. And if you abide under the shadows of the Almighty, they can't touch you. Can't nothing touch your dwelling. Because God created everything. Everything came from God, even the enemy. Even the devil. And if the devil could defeat God, he wouldn't have got kicked out of heaven. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. God would have got kicked out of heaven. If the devil had that much power, God would have got kicked out of heaven, and the devil would have been sitting up there on the throne getting worship, because that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be worshiped, right? So don't let nothing make you fear. Don't let nothing or no one stop you from where you're trying to go in your life, because they cannot defeat the God that you serve. Thank you. Thank you, Shine. Thank you so much. God bless you, baby. You doing good? Good. You be trying on your channel? You just what? You just sent me up? Did you? Thank you so much. God bless you. Oh my goodness. Look at you. You know what? You about to be my sister. You ain't about to be my cousin no more. We sister cousins. We the ones that was close in age, and we grew up together, and our both of our mothers were sisters. And so we hung out every weekend, and our mamas even dressed us alike. We had to dress alike when we went out, so people thought we was twins, even though we cousins. That's what you is to me, girl. I love you too. You doing so good, good. Who said I was Chinese and African? Oh my goodness. Y'all trippy. What you trying to say? Black ain't beautiful? Don't do that, baby. Don't do that. Who too funny? God is your mentor. That Holy Spirit that's on the inside of you, that's your mentor. You got me on YouTube. That's your mentor. Whoever you choose to have in your life, or whatever seat in wherever you are, it's gonna give you the message that you need. Just stay aware, stay alert, and listen to the Holy Spirit on the inside of you guide you towards the right direction. All right, Abraham, you'll keep saying the same thing over and over, dude. What is you doing? I saw the comment. I said thank you. I saw it. Well, good. I'm glad you can. All right, y'all. I love y'all with the love of God. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time. What y'all think we should talk about today? Well, I got y'all on here. What's some topics y'all want to talk about next time? Because, see, y'all know y'all power now. So I know y'all about to get moving. I know y'all about to start taking action. I forgot to ask y'all, did anybody got any serious questions? Because I know the trolls keep coming in and out. But anybody got any questions or need help with something? You need something answered? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Post it, post it, post it, post it. Quit being scared. Quit being scared. You know, the good part about it is this. When you start out making videos in the beginning, it seems as though it's scary. You trying to be perfect. You want everything to look right. You want to have the lighting. You want to have everything that a person who have maybe 1 million subscribers may have, right? But you're not there. And they even had a starting point. So just give yourself grace enough to know that this period right here, where you may not have a lot of followers, this is the time to create the work now, even in its imperfection. Because in 30 days or 3 months down the line, you may go back and look at that. Matter of fact, the next video that you do, you'll go back and start critiquing that video on how you can change it. But it also gives other people, when you're sharing your testimony, and then you got somebody that want to follow your steps because you have a channel and you doing what you're doing. Now it makes somebody else be like, look, he had humble beginnings too. Oh, he started off and he made his lighting may have been off, or he started off and it wasn't perfect, right? But they gonna see how you took initiative. That's it. They gonna see how you took the initiative, not how you was trying to be perfect in your videos. They not. Yeah, don't just put the video out there, and just know that if the message comes to you and you put it on a video, then it was time for somebody. And it's over 7 billion people on this planet. 7.8, I believe. It's 7.8 billion people on this planet. Somebody need to hear what you got to say. Trust me. You say you about to start doing it too? Just do it. Do it scared. Do it fearful. Post it fearful. Do it worried about what other people gonna think of you. Cause it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in the beginning. You know, you may think about what other people gonna think of you. You may want outside validation, and then you're gonna get to a point where you be like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm working for the Lord. I don't work for these fools. I work for God. And he's the one that qualifies you and disqualifies you, okay? And trust you me, you gonna feel a deep, deep conviction if you feel like you did something wrong. But putting the video out there, knowing you spreading hit the message and getting the word out there about who God is before time is up, he allows you to be creative and do it how you like. The first one, you said. You said, wait a minute, Marie, what did you say? This not a question, but you point me up. Thank you. God gives you a spirit of strength, not of fear. Fear the Lord only. Amen. Perfect love casts out all fear. So when you're doing things in love, even if the fear show up, you cast it down because you loving God so much that it don't matter. It don't even matter no more. But that was spot on, Raquel. I'm from the ethos. I'm from God. I'm a child of the Most High. Really? Really? My nose? My nose. Nice nose. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. I got to go. I'm about to go. I'm gonna go cook dinner, y'all. Today we having some shrimp Alfredo. Ooh, with some garlic bread, some broccoli in it. Ooh wee. That's what I'm about to go do. I'm about to go cook my dinner for the day. And then thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Because I got some other stuff to do. Like, I got my goals. I got to set goals and stay accomplished every day and keep my foot on my own neck this season, okay? I got to keep my foot on my own neck. I can't just come on here and tell y'all to do something if I'm not doing it, right? So I got to go hold myself accountable because God holds me accountable at the end of the day. So I got to get busy. Y'all know y'all worth for the day. Y'all got it. Y'all remember who y'all are. Get busy on whatever it is with your overthinking and start thinking about something. Keep your eyes on the good things that God has put on the inside of you and He wants to bring to this realm from the spiritual realm. He put the vision down on you, inside of you, down inside of you. All you have to do is write the vision and make it plain. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever goal you want to accomplish, whatever better version of yourself that you want to be, and be it and do it. That's it. It's that easy. Until next time, y'all. I love y'all. Let's grow.